Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast episode 144. Tonight, rumors of forgotten series abound. Fzero, Donkey Kong, and potentially more. We're going to be talking all of that, plus the latest news in this episode of the Nintendo Pals Podcast. All of that and more. Well, greetings, fellow Nintendo pals. My name is Andross, and I'm joined by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And Micah, I gotta ask, how the heck are ya?
Doing pretty good.
That's great. I'm like shouting, high energy. It's the theme song, man. The theme song gets me pumped.
I mean, for the first few seconds, I wasn't sure if you were dancing or if you were getting ready to fight someone.
We're fighting.
And that's how you know it's a good song.
We're fighting the non-believers of Nintendo Pals. That's right. Nintendo Pals is where it's at. Micah, I got a question for you.
Yeah, if you don't believe in us, we'll beat you up.
What's something that you know that few other people know?
Hmm. How many toes I have on my left foot.
I wouldn't say few people know that. You wear sandals almost exclusively.
But people don't be looking at my toes.
You're like the worst person to know that to throw that as your statistic. You're the only person I know that wears sandals as exclusively as you do.
I think zero of our viewers could say for sure how many toes I have on my left foot.
Is this like a bait? Are you trying to get people to want to see your feet?
Nope, I just want people to think about these kinds of things. When is the last time you've paid attention to someone's toes?
Don't answer that, anybody.
Who
You
knows?
don't need that. You don't need to answer that. Something that I know that few other people know. Micah's middle name. I'd say only few people know that. Well, actually, probably a lot with your family and extended family. Okay,
Relatively a family name.
Maybe,
so.
yeah. But outside of the family, I don't think like anybody knows except for me and our like 3 friends from high school.
Yeah, the 3 people we know.
Yeah. And it's Dingus, everybody.
Hey, you don't want to start that back up.
Micah the Dingus Bobingus.
Don't forget how this ended last time.
How did this end last time? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you should know.
I should? Did you call me a dingus?
Oh, yeah. It was all the rage back in the day.
Oh, you don't want me to bring dingus back? Just period. Yeah. No, I don't want that.
Oh, I like the word dingus is a great word, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a little too much back in the day, though.
Yeah, we had quite a few Micah-isms that well, it was just kind of our friend group, but they all credit to Micah. It was there's Broseph, Brohammed Ali,
all the bro stuff. Bro Squalmy Pass.
Bro Squalmy. Yeah. That one we have to give context for. There is a place by where we lived called Snoqualmie Pass, where we grew up, and so Broqualmie Pass was.
Yes.
That actually made sense.
It happened for
and
some
then,
reason.
And then this one we kind of brought to the podcast. We do the double fist on the forehead.
Yeah, but that wasn't a me thing. That was
that was me. No. So you came up with like phrases and catchphrases we used all the time, but I came up with these insane hand motions that were mostly mistakes. Yeah. 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 So picture this. You get for the audio listeners, you do like the double pump on the chest with your fist and then flash the peace sign, right? Well, I got mixed up in my head and I went for a salute at the same time as that. So I double pumped off my forehead and then flash a peace sign. And we actually end a lot of our podcasts like that. And I do send offs on my stream. With what do we call this? This needs a name.
It's like it's like the peace salute, because I mean you're throwing the peace sign, but it's also still a salute.
Yeah.
Both a
Yeah,
little
but I
bit of
feel like the
English.
peace salute is too much to say. It needs to be something shorter, There's
Shorter
like
than 2 words.
peace and salute. It needs its own word. Those should be combined. The pollute.
Well, now you're saying, but now you're saying the
But yeah, not just like flash a
just pollute.
flash
Flash a pollute?
a
Nope.
plute. No, no, no,
You're
no,
gonna
no, 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 no. A plute.
you're gonna end up with a cops calling you or something.
How about what's the other way we got? Peace salute, or we could go.
Sleaze.
Sleaze.
That just sounds
It's a
like
sleaze.
someone's name.
Yeah, no, we'll come up with a better name. Let us know if you have a good idea for a name for that. But Micah, you know what people can do besides dropping plutes and sleaces?
Don't
They
like it.
they can head over. It sounds like like a fart. Like like oh man, I, I, what did I say? Oh gosh, I've already
Oh
forgotten.
man,
Peace.
I dropped nasty plute in that yoga class.
A plute. Don't drop a plute. Drop a 5-star review. You can help us, the Nintendo Pals, take over the world of Nintendo podcasts. And you do that through 5-star reviews on Apple, Spotify, Podchaser, and Audible. Hey, Audible is free to sign up. A lot of people have one of these by default. I think you get one of these for free with a bunch of other services. And that doesn't have like any reviews on it. So if you haven't left us a review there, go do it. Join the few, the proud. But we do have a new 5-star review to shout out this week from the PSVG fanboy. Fantastic username, by the way. PSVG is great. Those people are awesome. We've had Garrett Bland on the show. Am I saying that right? Dr. Bland. Is it Garrett? Oh gosh, I feel bad now. I blank on names on the spot. PSVG is great.
That's why I just never say people's names, just in case.
I'm a big fan of Nintendo Shack. Those guys over there, they are awesome. So this is from PSVG fanboy. Says, love the show. Keep up the good work. And that brings us to 65 Apple reviews. They are pulling back ahead of Spotify. Spotify is at 62. Podchaser is at 30. And Audible is at 4. All right? So, I mean, there's still a chance. Everybody here listening right now could go. Right, like, I know this gets more than that amount of numbers and listens. You could go to Audible and you could just absolutely destroy Apple and Spotify. Really stick it to them. And leave us 5-star reviews there. Anyway, thank you all so much for leaving 5-star reviews. We do love the feedback, and it really does help our show out a lot. So thank you. All right, let's head into the first segment of our show, Micah. Let's talk What You Playing? You can go first, my friend. What have you been playing?
I just recently finished the Minish Cap last night, actually.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited to hear how was it?
It was pretty good. I remembered pretty much nothing about it, so it was all new to me again.
Oh, that's
Except
right.
that
You
you can
played
get
through that
salt.
one before.
Yep. Back in the day, my Game Boy Advance. Yep. And
Mhm.
also played some Splatoon
Excellent.
and Rocket League.
Excellent.
And there were like 2 others that I forgot about. Oh yeah, I played a little bit of Spelunky 2 with you, and it was going very well
Until we had
until something didn't
a bad
happen.
mistake. Yeah. Yeah.
We flew too close to the sun. and then I had to leave quickly before we all died, and I went through the wrong door.
We panicked. We panicked. But I mean, it was a very justified panic because you would have died otherwise. Let's see. I also played Spelunky 2.
Oh, that's odd.
I played that with you, but I also played some on my own. I'm attempting to get to the eggplant world, which is so much harder than it should be.
It really is.
The
quite
problem
difficult.
is,
Mute
Dog's just showed up into chat. Shout out to Mute Dog. Fantastic.
After you were
Welcome.
throwing shade, bashing on him for not being here.
I didn't
I hope you
bash
feel
on it.
bad.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't listen to him, Mute Dog. Okay. Yeah, so Spelunky 2. Yeah, the problem is bringing the eggplant child through Neo Babylon.
Oh.
Neo Babylon
is that is even just getting the eggplant child. So many things have to line up to just actually have it be possible in a run.
Oh, well, you use a seed.
Oh, you've been using a seed now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No,
That's the way to do it.
I am not doing
Absolutely.
it random. It's just not fun to wait for a present and an altar on the same level. The odds of that are too low.
Yeah.
And
Although
then
if
to
you
be
find
able
the
to
right seed, you can go kill that one fish that always drops a present, and you can start on like World 4-1.
Yeah,
Or
that's
not world, but
that's the seed. That is
oh, that's what
I'm
you're
doing
doing.
with my seed. And the seed
Nice.
has a lot of bombs and a jetpack and like a lot of goods. But you still have to bring it through. You know what I want to find is a seed that just has all of the stuff on
You get to the Lost City or whatever, and the eggplant child's just sleeping next to the altar.
yeah. Yeah, hey, there you go. I guess it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. You'd still have to go through Neo Babylon, but you could bring it to the ice. Like it can spawn with a present altar and the eggplant altar all in the ice level.
Yeah.
And that's what I would like. But I haven't gotten that. Besides that, Pokemon Scarlet. Continuing with the surprise trade my team for every fight challenge. Oh my gosh, Micah. I had the most incredible moment I have ever had in any Pokemon game. I kid you not. I took down Cloth, the Titan Cloth.
Oh yeah.
He's a
I
level.
was thinking of a person.
No.
Until I remembered.
The Titan Cloth
But, yeah.
Pokemon. He's like the first Titan battle you do. But here's the problem. My best Pokemon was a level 12. Cloth is a level 16. I had a level 12
That's not
Phanpy,
super terrible.
a level 8 Mareep, a level like 4 Azumarill, and everything else was level 1 failed shiny breeds. Oh my
Your
gosh.
favorite.
I was like I was like, well, this is it. I've done all the easy, like not all the easy, but I did the easy gym, the first gym. I've done the first team star raid, and I was like, I'm hosed. The easiest fight I had was Cloth, and he was still 3 levels higher than my best Pokemon. And the Titan Pokemon are no joke. Like,
They're pretty decent.
yeah, they've got a lot of health is the problem, and my type. I had no type advantage here. In fact, I had a disadvantage because Mareep was my second. So, you want to know my sweet strat?
Did you cheese the fight?
Hardcore! I cheesed that fight. I led with Mareep, paralyzed. I thunder waved, and luckily, Cloth has the move Block, and it will favor that move if it hasn't already used it. So it used Block, so it didn't attack and one-shot my Mareep. And then I was able to get a paralysis off on the on the Titan Pokemon. And then, because it was paralyzed, I was like, well, I'm just going to bring in all my like level 1s and try and lower its defense. Because I would get one move with each of them, essentially, because it would try and use Block. But luckily for me,
all your tail whips and leers and whatnot.
luckily for me, I had a Diglett with Mud Slap. So I got Mud Slap off not once, but twice, which lowered his accuracy.
Oh yeah.
And his accuracy was so low that I was able to get off enough tail whips and leers to bring his defense all the way down for my final Pokemon, Phanpy. And the best move I had was Rollout.
Oh yeah, the classic
So it was a
Winnie
game.
from Goldenrod
It was
strategy here.
it was a flippin' like that game where you spin the gun and like
Russian roulette.
Russian roulette. Yeah, it was that. It was hopefully he doesn't hit me or I'm dead. And I had to get 3 hits off to finish him, and it happened. He got stunned by paralysis and he missed his attack twice.
Nice.
Oh, it was the most impressive thing I've ever done in a Pokemon
And
game.
that's some real strategy actually going on there.
It was so sketchy and scary. Luckily, phase 2, Alvin was the
Oh,
name
the
of
guy helps, yeah.
Arvin, not Alvin. No, not the chipmunk. Arvin carried me hardcore because he had a water Pokemon, which is actually a good type advantage. There we go. I
Nice.
did it.
That's
I
pretty
lived to
sweet.
fight another day. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
That actually reminds me of the time you told me I should go to the desert right away because the Pokemon aren't that high of a level there.
And then you
And it's
ran
a
in.
lie. I had to fight Iron Treads, and I used good old my Knackley. I used Salt Cure, which does damage over turn, and its
Sturdy.
ability is sturdy, so it can't die in one hit.
Oh.
It's that Pokemon one-shot everyone in my team. So I used Salt Cure, and then I just swapped to other Pokemon until I had to swap back to Knackley. Knackley? It's Knackley, right?
Knackley is how I say it.
Yeah. But and then I just healed it to pull out at the end of every turn, and it got brought down to 1 health until it eventually fainted.
Here's the thing: is if you could find like the leftovers, and you could just get a level 1 Knackley with sturdy, you could cheese that whole fight because it would heal back up to full.
The full. Doesn't leftovers do based off of like a percentage of the health of max HP?
Oh, it might be a percentage. There's another item that you could do where you use Endeavor to bring down health,
And then you use quick attack.
and then you use quick attack to finish them. So yeah, you have Endeavor, sturdy, and then the item that does like heals you based off of how much damage you've dealt.
Was it the Shell Bell?
Shell Bell, maybe. Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
There's a strat right there. Can you beat the game with a level 1 Pokemon using that cheese?
Well, the problem is you'd have to have about 1 billion level 1 Pokemon because you'd evolve or level up after every fight.
Oh yeah, true. Unless you mod it. But
True.
I don't have a modded Switch. Anywho, let's jump to the next segment. I think that's all I had to talk about. Those are the only 2 games I played. So let's go to the Nintendo news. The Breath of the Wild Explorer's Guide is now available to download for free. It was part of the Breath of the Wild Explorer Edition bundle. It's a pretty cool guidebook. And now you can get it digitally.
Yeah, but I knew it was worth waiting instead of buying that bundle now. Or not now, but like 7 years ago when the game came out.
Yeah, it was totally worth it because now you just get it for free. Except it's not a physical book; it's the digital.
Yeah,
version.
digital, which definitely isn't as cool, for sure.
Yeah,
but still pretty cool.
It's still pretty cool. You know what else is pretty cool, Micah?
No, why don't you tell me?
The next news item.
So we can just read it.
Oh,
but it is pretty cool. Amazon is turning delivery boxes into Mario question mark blocks.
Yeah.
That are also delivery boxes.
Promotion for the upcoming movie. And I don't know what these look like. Were there pictures of them?
Nope. Gee. You're the one that put that in the news.
No. I don't see pictures of them yet. But that's a thing they're doing. Promotion for the movie. Neat. Yancy
Yeah.
says that in chat at the same time I did.
Yeah.
Next news item is also pretty neat. Lego 2K Drive was announced. It's a partnership with 2K and Lego to make a racing game.
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I saw the
Disney
announcement that there was going to be a trailer because it got
They
leaked.
got leaked. Yeah, I thought they handled that pretty well.
Yeah, they were good sports about it, and
Yeah.
those leakers should feel embarrassed. They got dunked on. Like, oh, you thought you were cool? Nah, the company's like totally fine with it. Like, get wrecked,
But I
nerd.
did end up watching it, and it did seem pretty cool. Seeing your vehicle would change between water and land,
Oh, kind of
and I don't know.
Diddy
I only
Kong Racing.
skimmed through it once, kind of, but it also looks like you could potentially make your own cars, which seems like it would be very fitting for a Lego game.
Yeah, it makes sense given the context.
And
Nice.
lots of things were destructible. Crash into stuff, and Lego pieces would go flying.
Nice.
It looked pretty fun.
That one looks pretty cool. Mute Dog in chat says, I want Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing needs to come back. Needs to come back for sure. Well, this has nothing to do with Diddy Kong Racing or Lego, but our next news item is pretty good news for the Xenoblade Chronicles fans. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 wins RPG of 2022 from Famitsu.
Woohoo!
This doesn't come as too much of a surprise given that it was up for Game of the Year, and it was like definitely the leading contender for RPG in year. But there were a lot of great RPGs that came out last year, so this is still quite an impressive feat, and it's really cool to see a series that I would say was more niche and is now pretty mainstream in popularity, right? Like, we had to fight to get this in the States originally, and bet Nintendo's glad they decided to do that.
Yeah, just imagine if they'd finally have Mother 3.
Seriously, it could come. Nintendo doubts its own IP sometimes. You know, I think there's power in these games that aren't getting localized for no reason at all. Mother 3 has some reasons, but we won't get into that. Anywho, yeah, that's it for that. Xenoblade Chronicles RPG.
But
Congrats.
that's not it for the new Tetris 99 themes, because there will be a new Fire Emblem Engage theme.
Nice. I feel like Tetris 99 is a bit behind. It feels like in the beginning of the Maximus Cups, the themed Tetris boards came out really close to launch or soon after. Fire Emblem Engage has been out for a while.
Yeah, they're on like their fourth wave of DLC already.
Yeah.
Granted, it's been like a month and a half or something.
Yeah, it just feels like they're late.
Yeah,
And they had another.
This is something that should happen like the same week.
Yeah, they had
as the
another
releases.
another one that came like right before that. What was the last Tetris Maximus theme? Do you remember? It was a game
Kirby
that
again.
was it Kirby again? I can't remember.
It was, maybe they're trying to space it out to revitalize these games for some reason.
Was it the Kirby's Dream Buffet? I think that might have been it. And it was like months and months after Dream Buffet came out. Like, why? Yeah, there you go with that. And continuing on the Fire Emblem news train, we've got Expansion Pass Wave 4. There's going to be a new story scenario. The Fell Xenologue. Whoa, that sounds fancy and cool. New characters, locations, maps, and new class types. Did they say what the added class types were?
Nope. Not that I saw.
Well, there you go.
They would
DLC,
say more details to come.
yeah,
Or something like
DLC
that.
just flying out for Fire Emblem. Like they're just like rapid fire. Duck says it sounds cool, but if it's anything like the main story, barf emoji. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play it, so I don't know what the main story is like. I I have gotten that feedback or heard that feedback a lot where it's like people liked the game but felt like it lacked story wise, but super great game overall. And that's it for the news segment. So, Micah, what do you say we jump into the next segment? Oh man, I asked you if you wanted to
You
transfer
t-
at the word.
timed that very well with the yawn.
Yeah, I did.
had.
I did.
But let's do it.
To the rumor mill. All right, this is the meat of the episode this week. Or this episode. We do 2 a week now. But here's the thing. Rumors. The rumor Pikmin. They be a busy Pikmins. They're going out and getting us rumors of 2, not 1, but 2 games in the works. Nintendo is rumored to be working on an open world Donkey Kong game.
So the same rumor from about 9 months ago.
It was never open world from 9 months ago. 9 months ago was 2D.
They were both.
Yeah.
I'd heard rumors of both at least.
Yeah, well, there were rumors of new Donkey Kong game, and the rumors leaned more towards 2D, but people wanted 3D.
Oh, I see.
I think that would be amazing. That's how I feel about it. I think Donkey Kong's a great IP. I like the Donkey Kong games, but
Game coming out, like the Donkey Kong Country Nintendo Land, and seems to have a pretty good sized role in the movie coming out.
Yep.
Seems like they're pushing a lot of Donkey Kong. It only makes sense for there to be a game around the same time.
And I would love an open world. Donkey Kong 64, I think it gets a lot of grief, but I think it was a fun game. I think it had promise. Donkey Kong Country is always great. So if you could capture that in a 3D open world style game, I'm all for it. I love open world games, so I'm down for that. And I feel like Donkey Kong could just be really fun for that, like a fun platformer. You could swing around jungles and fight giant birds for bananas, and
you're really selling me on this open world Donkey Kong.
That typical Donkey Kong stuff, but just 3D.
Always fighting birds for bananas.
Oh yeah. And you can ride that rhinoceros.
That's close enough.
Rhinoceros. Bambi? Rambo. Thank you, Mute Dog. Man, I'm embarrassed. I know so little about the Donkey Kong games. Dinosaur. Yeah, dinosaur.
I think it's Dinosaurus.
Yeah. Thank you, Third Strong Small. Appreciate that. How do you feel about this, Micah?
I mean, I'm all for an open world Donkey Kong game.
Would you prefer a 3D or 2D Donkey Kong?
I think I prefer 3D. The 2D Donkey Kongs just haven't really hit the spot for me.
Yeah.
Which they have for a lot of people, though. But
yes. I think that they should continue to make 2D Donkey Kong for everybody else. But for me, I want that 3D one. The third dimension is overrated, says Third Strongest Mole. You are the third strongest mole. That is your dimension. Third. You can't say it's overrated. I lie between the first and second, the second and fourth dimension. My strength is the third dimension. I'm butchering the line from Earthbound, but yeah, that I want a 3D Donkey Kong. 3DK.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be like open world 3D.
Yeah.
But just like brain farting on the name of Mario.
Odyssey?
No, but also that too. But the one that the Champions Road. I can remember Bowser's Fury.
Oh, 3D World. Yeah,
3D
yeah.
World. It's World. Oh,
That I think would be really cool with the
like
Donkey
a
Kong.
Donkey Kong style. Or
3D
Donkey Kong in that style, I think could work.
Where
pretty good.
it's kind of a linear 3D game. Yeah, yeah. I think that would work really well.
Because I think that could help preserve a lot of the same kinds of platforming that people like from the 2D games and add a little extra.
Yeah, 3D World is one of the best Mario games, like hands down. It's super great, and it does a little bit of mixing of the two. And I'm a firm believer that there are 3 Mario types. There is the 2D Marios, there's the 3D Marios, and then there's I call it the in between, and that's Mario Galaxy. People argue that Mario Galaxy is a 3D title. I would say it is not a true 3D Mario because they are linear based levels. So,
but still 3D.
yes, so is 3D World. I think it's in the
Ah,
same
but
vein as
it's
3D World.
different.
So I think Galaxy and
It is pretty
Galaxy
similar.
2, 3D Land, 3D World, all fall into that category. And then true 3D would be 64, Sunshine. I guess Odyssey's the one after that, right? If I'm skipping Galaxy.
What about Galaxy 2 though?
Galaxy 2 is also the in between. And Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury, I'd say, is true 3D. So there you go. And then 2D Mario's 2D Mario. All them Marios. Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, World, and New Super Mario Bros. All of them. Let's move on. Next rumor.
Speaking of the next rumor,
Great
Next
transition.
Level Games is apparently developing F-Zero GX Remaster.
I am so for this. And it makes sense, right? Right now is the GameCube revival era. They're just bringing all the GameCube games forward, for better or for worse. For better, Metroid Prime. For worse, Tales of Symphonia remastered. That was a terrible, terrible port. People like great. I think it's a great. I have heard it is a great game, but the port is just so bad. But there's a lot of great GameCube games coming. We've got Batten Kaitos. Is that announced? Or is that a rumor? I'm pretty sure that's announced.
I think that's announced.
Yeah. There were other.
And that's it. That
There were
one game.
others. Yeah, yeah.
I
But
don't
GameCube
remember them.
revival, it's time. Let's do it. I
I mean,
really
we already had the Wind Waker.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm what I'm hoping for, 1,000-Year Door. That's what we need.
That's a game that definitely needs.
Maybe an original
Come back.
Luigi's Mansion remaster again, even though they've done that for the 3DS.
Yeah, 3DS doesn't count though. Not even like no one even like had that or something.
That's not true. That's you didn't have it. You
I
missed
think
out.
they sold like 300,000 or something. That's it.
Bonkers wrong, but okay. Yeah, F-Zero GX, which I think is highly regarded as one of the best F-Zero games.
Yeah,
Or
I think
remaster
most
that.
people say it's the best.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'd
show me
be
your
really
moves
excited for other people to play it because I
Falcon
probably
Punch.
wouldn't.
and other things that Captain Falcon says.
Yeah, he does the Falcon Punch a lot. I hear in the F-Zero games.
It's so funny how much of a character he has, just not in any of his games. I guess he does have story. There's like story modes with like cutscenes and stuff, and I think that is GX that has that.
He probably does the Falcon Punch at some point.
But he definitely made a character through Smash Bros.
Yep.
Going back to original Smash Bros. Because at that point, F-Zero didn't. He was just a 2D like sprite.
You have to look real hard to try and see him through the window of your car.
uh, yeah. All right. And then there's this rumor here, which, listen, I'm going to level with you, Micah. I don't actually know what this means. Monkey Thunder posted it. He didn't know what it means. Another NVIDIA Tegra for the Nintendo Switch will be manufactured from 5LPP. Now, I don't know what this means. Monkey Thunder doesn't know what this means. But he did mention that people smarter than him, which that's got to be like cream of the crop.
Differently knowledgeable.
I was gonna say cream of the crop. Monkey Thunder's a pretty smart guy. He's pretty up there. He is Nintendo's uncle. Like he knows before Nintendo knows. But there are people online saying that it will be closer to the power of a PS4 Pro with said chips. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm down for more power. I don't think the Switch needs it. I'm gonna make people upset. The gamers out there gonna be upset. I don't think it needs it, but I welcome it if it comes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the games run fine to me. Sure, we're not up at the cutting edge of graphics, but I think the vast majority of consumers don't care. That's the people that care about graphics are really into gaming, and it's a smaller audience. Yeah, it's a smaller audience than the majority, and the Switch appeals to a very wide range of people that just aren't going to be into that. I think a lot of listeners to the show would be more into the idea of of an upgrade, just because we're all here, we're in it, we're gamers, right? I personally don't think it needs it. There are some games I wish ran better on Switch, but I think they could run better with more work done on them. And a lot of times those are ports, so they were not designed for the Switch. But games designed specifically for the Switch tend to run pretty well on Switch. I think like Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. What are some other like
Prime Remastered.
Prime Remastered?
Well, if you played it, you would know.
That wasn't designed for the Switch, but it does look really good.
Graphically, it kind of was designed for the Switch, which is usually kind of the biggest holdup. But
yeah, Pokemon. Just kidding. Pokemon runs so poorly.
I mean, everyone's like, "This is terrible. This is unacceptable." I'm like, I don't really notice anything bad happening. Sure, that shadow looks a little wonky.
Yeah, I think visually it's jarringly bad for how big the company is. But I think
it's all right.
Is it unplayable? No. It's totally playable, and I have.
It's no Cyberpunk.
How many hours do I have in this game at this point? Check here. Oh, only like 65. Oh wait, no, that doesn't include my whole Violet playthrough.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Yeah, 65 hours. Oh, that's because I played on a different account. Hold on. So that's 65 hours on my solo account. 20 hours on the alt.
And how many on the other alt?
And let's see if it's even in the list. It's not there. I've played too many other games on the other alt since.
Probably like 400 or something.
No, I think it's probably about equal, honestly. So I am sitting around 100 hours in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's a good amount. And I have a lot more to do with it, and I have more challenges and stuff I want to play with it. So it's one of those games that I think is really awesome for content too. Like open world games that have the functionality to have like different challenges and things you could try doing, like Breath of the Wild, like Mario Odyssey, like Pokemon. There's a lot of time value there. Speaking of a lot of time value, that's the end of the show. Wow, what an episode we had. Hey Micah, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitter at Micah Prime.
And Twitch.
technically. Oh, on Twitch,
YouTube,
yeah.
YouTube, Twitter,
I
Twitch.
didn't mean to say Twitter because I don't do anything on Twitter ever. I also don't really do anything on Twitch and YouTube that much.
Yes.
At least not recently.
Yeah. Micah's been in the middle of a move. Give him time. He's still getting adjusted. But you're coming back to Twitch. You were gonna come back this week, but we're recording the podcast this week. But you'll be.
Yeah. Now I gotta wait a whole other week.
Yeah. I mean, you
Just
can really
gotta.
go anytime. There's no
Theoretically.
rules. There's no rules.
I did actually get my desk like 2 days ago, finally. So that's been nice.
When are we gonna get your mansion tour? Your new $1 million mansion.
Look over here. See green screen? Look over there. There's a little more green screen.
Hey, there's some more green screen.
And that's my whole room. Actually, it just ends.
It's just a green screen. You don't actually live in a house. You are outside.
This little box is my room. I come sit in this chair to sleep. My door is actually trap door. I'm in the attic.
True. Yep. Mike is there. You can find me on the internet at Andross1. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter, all under that handle, Andross1. You'll find me. Find my stuff. I'm putting out videos every 2 weeks on my YouTube channel. And every 2 weeks, I meant to say every day, every weekday, a new short form video comes out. So if you like shorts, TikToks, you don't have time to ingest the full 20, 30-minute amazing content I make on my main channel. Get those little bite-sized snacks, those little 1-minute videos, 1 minute or less. Please check it out. Please subscribe. I'm really, really trying to get to 1,000. I want to get there really quickly so I can monetize my channel and do more with it. With the Mario movie coming out, I'm sure there's going to be an influx of people wanting to check out Nintendo content. Hey, we talk about Nintendo all here on Nintendo Pals, so check out the show. Follow us on all the social media platforms, but you can also check out each of our individual channels. That's Micah Prime and Andross1. If you want to follow the show, check us out on YouTube, Twitter, and all the podcast listening platforms. And remember to rate and review our show, please. Helps people find it. And share with your friends. Share with your pals. Bring more people into the Nintendo Pals family, friends. We're more friends. We're not really family, but we're like pals. We're pals. We're all pals.
I mean, your family can also be your pals, I guess.
Hey, if you want to pay to be a pal, you can check out patreon.com/Nintendo Pals, where you can support the show for as little as $3 a month. And you get a special shout out in the Patreon Poke Rap that we give at the end of every episode, plus behind the scenes, exclusive podcasts, and more. So let's close it out with the Patreon Poke Rap.
We gotta rap some Patreon. You just do the singing. I'll take care of the hard part. Let's get it on.
We want to be the best that ever was. And shout out our pals over on Patreon.
LPD, Rizzle, Retrologic Day, U-Dog Gamer, Slim Tour, Spanish, and Solo Something, Brian, Little Miss 7, and Cosmic.
Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon.
K-Man Katina, Third Strongest Move, Tim the Nintendo Dad, and Seth Sturgill, Monkey Thunder, Purple Yoda, Dat Fast John, and Lava Plays 2.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Gotta catch 'em all. Patreon. Let's get 150 or more. Yeah, please. To be a Patreon donor is your destiny.
Thank you all so much for listening, and we will talk to you next episode.